We are Siouxland proud. This is KCAU9 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. Siouxland has a bullseye on it tonight as another wave of severe weather is forecast for the area.
These storms likely won't hit for several more hours, but folks do need to be weather aware and prepared right now. It's our top story at 6.
We're keeping an eye on the sky. Currently, nothing but sunshine and a few clouds, but we have had strong winds shaking up the camera. But what we're keeping an eye on is the potential for severe weather across the region as we see enhanced risk across much of southern and western parts of the viewing area and just slight as you travel further north. Our biggest concern with this system being the strong winds with wind gusts potentially reaching up to 70 and 80 miles per hour with the storms that are possible and golf ball size hail as well. Now it is also possible to see isolated tornadoes in the region with flooding, a bigger possibility to our south as flood watches have already been issued for some of our southern counties closer towards Monona and Harrison and by Thurston and Byrd as well, as we'll be seeing that those areas have already been saturated with heavy showers earlier this week, and they could be receiving over an inch again. So we're keeping an eye on that as we'll have more as that storm progresses through the system later on. Back to you two.
All right, thanks, Victor. And with that next round of storms coming later tonight, important to have your home prepared.
Indeed, that means making sure nothing is loose and there's a chance that it could fly around during the severe weather. Garbage and recycling containers need to be secured. Put them up close to the house, perhaps. Take down hanging plants as well if you can. And if you have kids, don't leave their toys and other activities out on the yard. Bring them inside, or they may end up in someone else's yard. Vehicles need to be under some kind of cover as well if they can, especially with a chance of hail in the forecast. And make sure to store your yard furniture somewhere other than the deck. Bring it inside if possible. Flying chairs can easily fly through windows. And if something looks like it can be blown away, just be safe, take time, put it away in a shed or a garage and make sure that it doesn't become a flying object.
All good advice. Avoid those projectiles. FEMA has also released a few tips to help the public prepare. Make sure to have a plan in place, such as knowing how to keep loved ones safe when severe weather does hit. Know where to go when a storm comes through your area, like what kind of shelter you'll seek, a basement, storm cellar, or a small interior room. Remember, that's at the lowest level of a sturdy building. Have emergency supplies in your home and in your vehicles. Also, make sure you have about 3 days worth of food and water at your residence, preferably non-perishable in case there are power outages. If you're traveling, have a car phone charger, blanket, and a map.
Local emergency management agencies across Siouxland continue to watch the development of those storms. Here in Woodbury County, managers telling us that they're always monitoring approaching weather systems. Being weather aware when a storm comes late at night, though, is especially important.
The best way to prepare for storms that happen at night is to know the forecast before you go to bed. And the simplest way is to have multiple ways of receiving weather alerts, whether it's with a radio, weather radio, or your smartphone, or you can even download Smart 911. And when you have those with you, make sure the volumes are turned up.
Folks here in Woodbury County also can sign up for Woodbury County Alert Iowa. That's something that can send you an alert on your phone via email or text in the event of an emergency or severe weather.
Tonight, the National Weather Service released a new ranking on the tornado that tore through the town of Greenfield, Iowa. Earlier this week, that tornado is now at least an EF4 tornado. It killed 5 people and injured 35 more at least. The path of the storm, more than 44 miles long with a maximum width of 1,000 yards. It was on the ground from about 2:57 p.m. Monday to 3:43 p.m. The National Weather Service estimates the peak winds were between 175 and 185 miles an hour. This is an upgrade to the initial assessment of an EF3 tornado, so even more serious than thought. A group of volunteers spent their morning at Memorial Park Cemetery here in Siouxland getting graves ready for Memorial Day with thousands of small American flags.
KCAU9 reporter Tyler Ugner visited the cemetery this morning. He shares why this year's tradition means so much to so many.
Thanks, Tim and Sophie. Memorial Day is all about honoring Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice for their country.
6 years ago, members of the American Legion Post 697 witnessed the Memorial Day ceremonies at the Arlington National Cemetery in Texas.
We know there are thousands of veterans buried here, and we made a decision that we needed to bring what happens at Arlington to our community.
Through various means of fundraising, this year the American Legion purchased more than 4,000 small American flags.
We are taking an American flag and we are putting it at every grave that can be identified as a veteran, as a salute and a testament to their service as they're laid to rest here.
And with the help from the community, spent 4 or more hours placing them around Memorial Park Cemetery.
We have some people that come out every year just to help and to show their support, and it's grown each and every year. More and more volunteers come out.
For the past 6 years, officers with the Woodbury County Sheriff's Department have aided in placing flags. This year was Sheriff Chad Sheehan's first time participating and says planting the flags was an honor.
I've got both my grandfathers served in World War II. I have relatives. I have a cousin who's serving now in the Air Force, so it does mean a lot for the men and women who have put on a uniform to protect our freedoms and our liberties. I think it's the least we can do is pay some respects to those who have now gone before us.
Rene Lapierre with American Legion Post 697 says he's happy with today's turnout and is ready for Memorial Day to begin.
My family has served the country for over 80 years, and it is, for me, personally, a salute to my family. I can't be at my dad's grave on Memorial Day, but I can walk these grounds and talk to my dad and say, Dad, I'm here. I can't be with you in New York, but I can be here, and the message is the same.
On Memorial Day, the American Legion Post 697 will hold a ceremony to honor those who fought and served for their country at the Memorial Park Cemetery at 10 a.m. Ty Leekner, KCAU9 News.
The holiday weekend is nearly here, and tonight a warning for parents. The Iowa Poison Control Center is encouraging Siouxlanders to pay extra attention to young kids if your organization or your family plans on a celebration that would include alcohol. This can be especially tricky with many co-branded alcoholic drinks hitting the market. Sunny D Vodka or Hard Mountain Dew, both included.
Be aware of these products now being much more common, and sometimes the language that they're using on the packaging, they'll say it's, that it's alcoholic in some way, shape, or form, but sometimes it's a hard this or a spiked that or something that's maybe not always the most direct way to alert you that it is an alcoholic beverage.
Health professionals suggest having non-alcoholic drinks out where anyone can just grab one. It's better for adult beverages to be kept inside and perhaps even up on a higher shelf.
Several Siouxland nonprofits making a trip to the bank after receiving a few generous checks this morning. The Missouri River Historical Development awarded $600,000 in grant money to a total of 33 organizations across the tri-state. Recipients were granted up to $25,000 for projects intending to improve the quality of life for Woodbury County residents. Missouri River Historical Development received so many worthy applicants, they say they added an extra $100,000 to their total grant budget. Always a good cause there.